My grandfather likes to say this little story. There was this peasant, and the trains had just come out, and he heard all about these brand new inventions, the train. And he wanted to take a ride on this brand new train. So he lives in this little village, this little townlet. So he goes and travels to the big city. He finds out where the train is going from, and he goes to get himself a train ride. Anyway, he comes there. He has no clue how trains work. So they point to him, go to the ticket counter, to the ticket window. So he goes there. He asks the woman behind the counter if he can go on the train. So she says, I could sell you a ticket. She says, what ticket would you like? He says, what are the choices? So she says, you got a first class, you got a second class, you got a third class. So he decides, you know what? First time on the train, he's going to go all out. So he buys the most expensive first class ticket. Then the lady tells him, you better be careful not to lose this ticket, or else I'm not going to let you on the train. So he's like thinking, how could he put away this ticket? So he decides, he takes off his shirt, puts the ticket right against his stomach. He takes a belt, he wraps it around, ties it up. Like that, he knows it's secure. He puts his shirt on top, then his sweater, his jacket. He goes home. A week later comes Thursday early morning, and it's time for him to go to the train. He didn't sleep all night. He comes to the big city, comes to the train station, and the train had just come in from the last destination, and the place is deserted. He's 3-4 hours to his train ride. Anyway, he's sitting there, he doesn't know what to do, and he sees a bunch of guys go to the back of the train, jump through a window, and jump into the train. So he doesn't know. He figures, hey, this is probably how you ride a train. So he follows them, jumps through a window into the train. And he sees them each dive under a bench. So he goes and dives under a bench too. Not realizing, of course, that they were just a bunch of guys trying to get a free ride. So they hid themselves under the bench, but he had himself a ticket, right? So his feet are sticking out from the other side of the bench. So it goes by, he falls asleep. He's exhausted, he didn't sleep all night, he falls asleep. Next thing he knows, he gets a kick in his legs. And he wakes up and he sees the conductor asking him for his ticket. So he says, I have a ticket. And all the passengers are laughing at him. He says, no, I really have a ticket. Anyway, he pulls off his jacket, he pulls off his sweater, he pulls off his shirt, he undoes the belt. The place is roaring in laughter, and he goes over, he gives the conductor the ticket. The conductor gives a look at it, and he says, you have a first class ticket. Why are you lying under the bench? And my grandfather would always say, the lesson is that as Jews, we have a first class ticket. We have the Torah, where God tells us, shows us how to live in the world in the best way. So why are we copying everybody else? Why don't we go to the first class section? Why don't we use our first class ticket?